Committee Chairman Ramakant Talabji, our AACC observer for the membership drive and the organization, Sri Prakash Rathorji, also our district in charges, observers, Sunil Amanoji, Mansoor Panji, and our Vice President, M.K. Sheikh ji, and all the other media friends. So, after my last visit, I was busy with the Tamil Nadu elections, and then subsequently after the election got over, I wanted immediately to come to Goa. But we all saw to what a serious situation the Goa state had to face in the month of April, May, June. In fact, the entire country, due to the absolute negligence of our Prime Minister, Shri Modi ji, who, despite knowing the fact that you have to be prepared for the pandemic, self-declared victory over COVID, neglected to procure the vaccines. He had to ensure that he can win in the elections. He went ahead and conducted massive rallies across the country, even though cases were rising. Kumbh Mela was allowed to happen. The biggest super spreader event in the world was the Kumbh Mela event. Knowing the facts, they allowed all these things to happen. When all the political parties requested the Election Commission to cut short the Bengal some 7-8 phase election, neither did the Election Commission listen nor the Prime Minister listen. So, neither did he prepare himself, neither did he. India is supposed to be the vaccine capital of the world, and our Prime Minister was least bothered. He was self-congratulating himself. I've achieved, we won over Corona. And what has happened? What happened today? The pandemic has spread throughout the country. Lakhs of people have died. Crores of people's lives have been affected. Economy has tanked. And till today, our Prime Minister does not have the decency to express remorse and express his regrets that this situation has happened. He does not accept the reality that he failed the people of the country, because people did not die of COVID alone. People died because there was no medicines available. People died because there was no oxygen available. People died because vaccination was not done. People died because hospitals were not equipped. So, when he was proudly trying to put his photo on the vaccine certificate for cheap popularity, should he not also be held responsible and accountable for the deaths of lakhs of people in this country? And crores of people, their life savings have vanished, getting their people treated in hospitals. So this is a situation that has been foisted upon the people of India. What could have been managed, what could have been, why is not the same situation in Bangladesh? Why is not the same situation in Pakistan? Why is not the same situation in Sri Lanka? Our neighbors, let us forget about Europe and other countries. Look at our own neighbors. Bangladesh GDP is growing. Today our GDP is less than Bangladesh. Our unemployment is the highest ever. Our GDP growth is, before the pandemic had started only, it had come down to 4%. Economy had already sank before the Corona. After Corona, it's gone to minus some 7.4%, or almost minus 8.4%. So today we are the worst performing country in the entire neighborhood. And in the entire world, in the leading nations, we are the worst performing country. So who is responsible for all these things? In this, what they are interested in is how to win elections, how to topple governments, how to demolish opposition parties, how to ensure defections, how to threaten, blackmail people. That is the program of the BJP now. Not development. Everything is forgotten. And I think Goa is the worst hit. Goa, the kind of situation which emerged here, because this is a well-educated state, literate state, economy is good comparative to other states. Measures should have been more effective, but there was absolutely zero preparation by this government. Almost 2,800 people have died in this. Could be more also. What I have. And we saw how there was total chaos in Goa. Chief Minister is saying one thing, Health Minister is saying one more thing. They are prescribing all kinds of medications which are neither approved properly nor properly followed by, no guidelines were followed properly. Simply they are purchasing some medications. Oxygens were totally not available. Desperately they were running around people in ambulances, in cars. People have died, I think. Looking for oxygen, people have died. So it was complete collapse of administration. And our Chief Minister of Goa, I don't think has got any capacity to administer the state. He does not have proper experience or proper guidance, and neither does he have any control over his government. And this clash within his own government, lack of trust between the ministers, corruption, all they were interested in is implementing projects which are where they can make more money. Whether Goa's environment is destroyed, whether people of Goa want it or not, whether it is required for Goa or not, was not their priority. Their priority was where they can make money, who are these big crony capitalists, how we can help them. That was their whole program of the state government. This is the most corrupt government in this country today, and most badly administrated state in the country today. So the people of Goa are paying the price. People of Goa have already paid the price because this is an illegitimate government in the first place. This government was born out of illegitimacy. It never had the blessings of the Goa people. Never had the blessings. People didn't want this government to come. By back door, side door, they have formed this government. And today, who's paying the price? So this kind of politics, this kind of unethical means, finally, the state has suffered. And I condemn the state administration of Goa and the governance of Goa. And today, I saw the headline news in some of the newspapers. Very boldly, our Chief Minister is announcing, I'm going to give 10,000 jobs in the next 6 months. I mean, I'm amazed at his audacity and his courage to say these things, because how many times they will repeat these lies? In 2012, they had promised 50,000 jobs in their manifesto, and they had announced in the public jobs when we come to power. What happened to those 50,000 jobs? Where is those 50,000 jobs? Then in the 2019 by-polls, it took place. The then Chief Minister, Mr. Parrikar, announced that we will be providing 50,000 jobs in 3 years. 5 years back, 50,000 jobs. That was forgotten. Then in the by-elections, they promised another 50,000 jobs in 3 years. What happened on those jobs? Then ZP elections just last year, they promised 10,000 jobs will be given. New jobs will be given to the youths. What happened on that announcement? Now it's 6 months to go for election, 8 months to go for election. The fresh announcement by our Chief Minister that 10,000 jobs will be given to our youths. All the departments' vacancies will be filled up. I mean, how can you lie like this? First, you implement your old promise of the 50,000 jobs. I demand the Chief Minister in the next 2 months to fill up his old promise of 50,000 jobs. Then after that, let him make this additional 10,000 job promise, let him fulfill that. Can he do it? Can he fulfill his promise? I do not know. And today's situation is this government is finding it difficult to pay its present employees' salaries, and he thinks people are fools. Contractors' bills have been pending for years now, 1 year, 2 years, electrical bills, contractors' bills, repair bills. Contractors are suffering in the state. No money. Debt has gone up to 23,000 crores. Am I right? 26,000 crores is the debt of Goa today. So on what basis is he claiming to fill up this 10,000? How is he going to fund it? How is he going to finance it? Where is he going to get the money? So simply misleading the people is not going to work. And they are also, today unemployment has reached sky high. Recently, just Mr. Digambarji was telling me, even an ordinary one post that for the constable, no, what is that post?
Police constable.
Police constable post. Lakhs of applications are coming for few posts. That is, unemployment is high. And what happened to the promise that BJP had made that we will give 3,000 to 4,000 rupees dole, unemployment dole? What happened to that promise, Mr. Sawant? What happened to the promise BJP you made to the youth? Today we need that money. Today we are in a serious crisis. So what happened to the promise of giving 3,000 to 4,000 rupees per month to the unemployed youth that you had promised? You have forgotten about all those things. You think people's memory is short. Election time we will say something, get the votes, and then do whatever we want to do. So this is lying in the face of the people, lying straight without even blinking their eyes. They are lying. I think we demand two things from the government. One is fill up the 50,000 jobs in 2 months. Otherwise we will protest strongly against this government. We will go to the streets. Second, all the today people are suffering. So your promise which you made 4.5 years back, please fulfill it now. We need it now. We demand that you start paying some unemployment dole. If you cannot pay 3,000, reduce it a little bit. You don't mind, but start paying the unemployed youths of the state. If you don't do that, if you don't announce that program, then our Youth Congress people are going to agitate. And we are going to demand and we will protest throughout the state. So these are the two demands I'm making. And of course, we've already said that their focus has never been on the improving the Goa state, developing it in a holistic manner. And we have already announced that all those projects which are causing environmental destruction of the state, which are anti-people, those kind of projects. And we will protect the identity and the culture. Congress has always been a party which respects every culture, every religion, every language. We believe in diversity truly. We don't believe in one language, one religion, one leader, one caste, one dress code, one way of life. We believe in diversity. We believe India is a combination of multi-ethnic, multi-race, multi-languages, and that is the beauty of this country. So we want to preserve that. And Goa, we want to preserve Goa's heritage history, and that too now, when we are commemorating the 75th year of its Revolution Day, which we did yesterday. This is an apt moment. So these are these few things. And say, lastly, I have come here, and last 3 days I'm here for half a day. So 4 days I'm spent time with all our party leaders, party workers, our block level, front organizations, and various other people from non-political, political, interacting with all of them, and interact with all of them, and also I'm visiting constituencies today. Went to Santa Cruz. Now I'll be visiting 2 more constituencies and interacting with our local workers there. And I'll be coming again after shortly, and I'll be visiting all the constituencies of Goa, all the 40 constituencies, and we will interact with our people, see what needs to be done, and we'll be taking many decisions in the near future which will give a lot of clarity to the people of Goa, and see that the Congress takes this battle head on against this fascist force that is destroying the country today. That is the BJP and its communal agenda and its destructive politics. And we will take the BJP head on in Goa with unity and with strong sense of purpose, and all those decisions, all those things we will be finalizing very, very shortly. So I've come, I've interacted with got a lot of inputs, and we will be taking the next steps as soon as possible. So these are the few things I wanted to say. And lastly, I want to, so many people have suffered in this during this pandemic, and I express my condolence to all those families who've seen deaths, who've suffered, and we have tried to do the best we can from Congress. We are still trying, we are still doing. Our people went, our frontal organization, Youth Congress, Mahila Congress, our leaders, all of them in the constituencies, we try to help the people, providing oxygen, providing food, providing some ambulance, providing medical facility. So whatever that we could do, our bit we have tried, and we want to do even more, and definitely we will keep that going. So so any questions you can ask me.
Do you think option or you believe Ekla Chalo Re for this election?
See, now, like I said, I'm going to all the 40 constituencies, visiting, and we'll be doing the entire tour. And we will take a decision based on what will be the correct strategy to see that this BJP government goes. So, all those things will be decided in a proper manner, based upon ground reality one side. Second thing is, you have to see that this anti-democratic, corrupt, unethical, anti-people government should go from Goa. So for that, we will take suitable decision at the right time.
So you said that one of the things that the BJP does is ensure defections. So what will you do to ensure there are no defections?
See, there is nothing like we can do to ensure no defections, because when a political party is using all kinds of unethical means, using the IT, using BD, using money power, using all kinds of things, there will be some people who will yield to that. There are some people who yield to that. But people of Goa have to teach these people a lesson. I request the people of Goa to teach these defectors a lesson in this election.
But when you pick your candidates, do you have a strategy in place to pick your candidates to at least be sure that you will lose as few as possible?
Yeah, obviously we will look at the background, we will look at all those, when we are selecting. This time we will be doubly careful. We know what the BJP is capable of. So definitely we will be doubly careful when we take those decisions.
Whatever announcement or whatever decisions you would be taking on naming anybody, how long sooner it could be before elections, or 3-4 months before?
See, those things we will decide. I can't tell you that now. No? You are talking about candidates.
Candidate or naming your chief minister candidate.
So those things we will all. That's what I said. Now I've come here. I've spent 4 days here. Then again I've taken a lot of inputs. Then I will be discussing with our high command also, and then we'll work out a proper strategy. And that once we take those decisions, we will announce it to
No,
you.
why I'm saying is that
I can't say it over here.
No, why I'm saying is because it gives more time for your candidates to.
I agree. That's our political how to do and what is the best way forward for Congress. That we will sit down. Our party leaders will sit down together and we will decide.
So will you declare any phase for chief minister candidate?
See,
before
like
election?
I said, all those things has to be discussed and decided. And if we come to a certain decision, then that decision will be announced. So I cannot.
Normally the Congress has always had this problem that it always declares all its candidates late. That is the general trend which we have seen over the past, I don't know, 30-40 years that we are in the field. So this time, especially since it's on the back foot, is it going to take a decision quickly? Because only 6 months are left before the.
No, we will as far as possible see to it that we have got a lot of clarity in our decision making in terms of who are the candidates going to be as early as possible. Because like you said, we can't keep it. Sometimes we've seen in the past that we delay it too much. So definitely this time it will be at a much earlier stage. It will be at a much earlier stage that we will be able to announce who the candidates are going to be.
Follow-on question on that. Especially because there is a problem. Especially because there is a problem not only in Goa, in other parts also, where a lot of young leaders are leaving or voicing out. Especially with that, because of that kind of.
Yeah, like I said, we will definitely this time do it at a much earlier stage, and we want to. People should have clarity, and even for the candidate also it helps, because then he can go and do his work, start off earlier. So this time we will ensure that our candidates are announced much earlier than what it used to happen before.
Including reorganization. Including reorganization.
Reorganization is the process is already on now, so we will be doing that now. No, see, that again is a decision which will be taken by ultimately by the High Command now. I have taken a lot of feedback, and we will look at all the aspects. Whatever is in the interest of the party, that will be decided based upon all this feedback that I've got.
So,
There is already instability within your organization
That's
of
all.
presidents.
yeah, the young guys are leaving.
See, there's some amount of, I would say, there's some little bit, there's some amount of confusion, let us say. That, okay, some people are saying there could be a change, some people are saying someone should remain. That happens in politics. Today, chief ministers are being, like in Karnataka, there's a big movement to change chief minister. In UP, there's a movement to change chief minister. There'll be instability in some other state. So that happens in politics. So these are the decisions which internally we have to take everybody's opinion and come to a final decision.
But what happens to those where these fights are seen publicly
Sometimes, due to certain situations, some emotions run high, it just becomes, it is not such a serious problem. Sometimes when people are sitting and talking and they're meeting each other, they will say a few things and that happens. So I will not take that too seriously, but discipline is important. And I have already told our people that this will not be tolerated. Whatever opinions you have, whatever views you have, should not be aired in the media. You can tell us, I am here, our observers are there. You can tell us and speak to us. Going to the media will definitely not be tolerated, and any future such actions taken by anybody they will have to face serious disciplinary action.
Are you going to take action against Sankalp Amonkar because he openly said to
No,
me?
I already yesterday, day before only, I told him and I warned him. And yesterday he said he didn't say those particular things. He did say something, but he didn't say those splitting the party and all that. He's also said that he is sorry for what he said. So he is a senior party worker and leader. So sometimes when they have said something, we forgive them. But that is also a warning for him or for anybody that they should not do or go to the media like this. And we will look at it very seriously henceforth.
So there are fathers in Congress and sons in
BJP, how much difficult it will be for Congress to actually fight this election,
See,
this time?
children are adults. They can, not necessary that in your house you will listen to your father.
But they have defected after elected polls. They
See, defectors are, if MLAs have defected, that is a different issue.
MLAs have defected. And then they have become a ministers after, health minister is there.
Yeah, he didn't defect, he resigned and went. So
And that is the mode of
that way he is
That
not
is the mode of
defected.
He has defied the way party
Yeah,
did.
so-
How can you?
So
So,
party has a-
what I'm trying to say is that whoever is defected, like these 10 people who have defected,
Yeah.
we will not be considering them at all.
So they can be considered.
No, I'm not spoken of, I'm just saying these 10 people who have defected, they have backstabbed us, they have betrayed us, they have gone and aligned with the BJP. Definitely we will not be considering them. Because if such
They
unethical
are not
practices,
So what happens to
people.
those who have resigned and
Are they planning to return?
I am talking about this.
fully
Are they
defected?
planning to return in your party?
Because
No,
your
even if
party
they want
has
to
filed
return, we will not be taking such people back.
petition.
So you are already
Because
I just,
we have to end this virus.
So
See now, whether it is sometimes good for the party, bad, that is not the issue. Goa cannot have this kind of politics continuing forever. We need to put a stop to this. So what is this? They are still elected members of the Congress. They still have, they have not resigned from the, they have not relinquished the hand symbol. But they're still sitting on the, but they're posing with the lotus symbol. So how unethical can a person be?
Sir, you
So, sir, are you only talking about defectors, not the person who
Yeah,
have resigned?
who have resigned.
I'm talking about the defectors.
Ah, okay.
So you don't talk
resigned,
about,
who
you
have
don't
resigned,
talk
they are
about
welcome.
Vishwajit Reddy who has resigned.
I am
Those
talking
are
about
welcome.
defectors right now.
So
These
those,
10 people.
so those who have resigned can be welcome.
I'm not saying anything on that.
yeah, okay, I want to
There was
just,
a petition in this
there is
case.
those meetings have taken place wherein a possible alliance partner of the Congress, which is an alliance with the Congress in other states, including where it was there in the center, then lot of these parties are going to join these people and then, yeah, let me finish my question.
No, I understand your analysis.
No, not
but
analysis, not analysis. It's a straight question. So they will be joining this and then they will be standing for elections from that. Now I want to know from the Congress whether that will affect the tie-up with that particular party or no.
See, when we are not in not announced any alliance, why should I talk about
No, I'm
that
talking
issue?
about in case.
I don't want to go on hypothesis. These are all issues which cannot be.
So it's possible that.
I'm not saying it's possible. You are saying it's possible. I'm not even talking about any alliance.
So, but Goa board has been time and again talking about this alliance with Mahagarbandhan, what do you have to say?
See, they have expressed their views. I am saying whatever decision we take, we have to take looking at the bigger picture.
Huh.
And ultimately, what our intention is what to see that this fascist democratic party that BJP is, which is destroying institutions, destroying the country, destroying the state, they should be defeated. So for that, what political strategy we have to do, that we will do. So I don't know what that is right now, because I will be visiting all my constituencies and we will be taking feedback from all our workers.
Sir, winnability will be criteria for this. Winnability can be a criteria for, or winnability alone I am saying.
No, right. There are so many criteria. Winnability also is one. Social composition is one. Party activity, party work is one. It's a combination of things. So it all has to be put together.
So loyalty is not one of the issues.
Loyalty, that's what I said. Party activity, loyalty. That is one
So
issue.
yeah, in the 1 to 10, loyalty comes first or will it
How
not?
can you say, oh, this is not mathematics? It's not mathematics.
Election is mathematics.
Election is chemistry, not mathematics.
So how long it will take for the changes to be made, whether it is
No,
president
In
or...
election 2, see, in election 51 is the winner, 49 is the loser.
Correct. Mathematics.
No, but not only 51. You can even get 30%. You can win.
So,
Alliance is a chemistry.
So the entire process, that chemistry of getting is that composition. That is the.
So I agree with Pagi.
sir, how long it will take for us to make...
Yeah, okay, fine. I agree with you.
If there are changes, then how long it will take for these changes to be made?
See, I can't give you deadlines. I said as soon as possible because now we are facing elections. So we have to take decisions quick. And I've come here, I'm spending 4 days. Then whatever is there, we will be taking decisions as early as possible.
Because time
Sir, I
and
want to
again, you
ask-
said the president will be changed.
So I just wanted one clarification. You spoke about scrapping those environmental destructive projects. How will you
We will oppose as a
That is
government.
no?
We can oppose it as a government. We can go to court and say this is not good for our state. If it's in court, it has to be followed in court. That is the only way. We can't bypass a legal process, but we can express our views to the courts. We can argue the matters to the court. We can pass resolutions in the assembly. It can be discussed in the assembly. That assembly is the voice of the people, and that can be told to the court that this is what the state feels.
Even the Madhe project telling time and often that they are subjudice.
Sub judice, agree. If it's sub judice, it has to be fought. So what is the stand of the government is important then, no?
Even
You want to make Goa coal hub or not? That is stand government of Goa has to take. Do we have to allow this doubling and all these things to happen in Goa or not? That's the stand government of Goa also has to take.
But how?
even the Madhe project you will be opposing.
Everything is the government of Goa has to take. Whatever stand, whatever it is interest of Goa, they'll have to take.
How can you get that confidence in among the voters which they...
See, now you are asking me political strategy questions, which I can't answer in a press conference, no?
So as
far as
you have said that Goa forward.
So when you talk about taking the BJP head on, don't you think that the party right now that is reduced to 5 MLAs needs more visibility among the people? And also,
We need
and
to
you
work.
have- You have such senior leaders like Mr. Kamath, you have former CMs, you have the people in the party, but don't you think the national leadership also needs to weigh in already now?
Yeah. I mean, we all have to weigh in, we all have to contribute. And because the whole process for last 6 months was what? All the 5 elections and after the pandemic. So now the focus is going to shift onto this elections, Goa, Punjab, UP also, no? UP, Uttarakhand, Manipur. So this is the whole focus is going to shift here now.
And
So
another thing I
all
want-
our leaders now are now we are sitting together and we're discussing how to go about campaigning and how to go about how do you address the issues concerning those particular states. So we will start doing that now.
And we saw what happened ahead of West Bengal elections in terms of rallies, and we are not out. We're not out of the pandemic yet. So going forward, are you strategizing in that direction also? Are your rallies going to be measured, or is it just going to be the?
No, that has to be very carefully monitored because we are right now still in a kind of lockdown in that sense, right? Most of the places are shut. You can't have big gatherings. So we cannot compromise on the safety and security of the people. The health of the people is very important. So whatever we do has to be done in a proper way which doesn't affect the health of the people. So we are a responsible political, and in fact, it has been Mr. Rahul Gandhi who has been forewarning Mr. Modi right from last year, February. But if they had the decency to have listened to Mr. Rahul Gandhi and said, okay, fine, there is a serious issue, let us address this. Instead of this, they were laughing, they were making jokes. And you can laugh at Mr. Rahul Gandhi because you may not like him or whatever. But what was he saying? And whatever he said, more or less, has happened. And now, unfortunately, these people think our Prime Minister is a person who is not with the people. He doesn't see the people. He doesn't talk to the people. He doesn't hear the people. He doesn't hear his own party man. He doesn't go to parliament and attend. He doesn't address one press conference. So I would say he's someone who does not see, does not talk, does not hear. That kind of a Prime Minister we have. So who's paying the price? We are paying the price, no? Entire country, you are paying the price. When you go from one place to another place, your petrol bills have gone up by 30%. Who's paying the price? You are paying the price. Has he even thought about, let us not do this during this period? Petrol, diesel, LPG, has he even thought about what is the inflation today, highest inflation? Does the government think about it? Till elections, look at the hypocrisy of BJP. Till Assam, West Bengal elections got over, they didn't hike the price. Soon as elections finished, 30 times it's been hiked in the last 2 months.
Now, before you start the organization, reorganization, whatever strategy, you are aware, as you said, so many issues that are being faced by the people and Goa. Now, is the party going to systematically take these issues up? Because as of now, we have not seen, except the petrol which was recently taken up, the party has not taken up issues consistently. One off. Even the petrol thing was a national thing, all India part of. Will the party start there at least, and from where it will go?
No, I've said no, we will take up the issue of jobs and unemployment and this dole. This issue we will take up.
Any time limit approximately?
See, now also the problem is for us to take up issues, it has to be done in a very carefully calibrated manner because of the guidelines in pandemic situation. But we will take up these issues.
But why that aggression is not seen?
We will be very aggressive. We will be very aggressive.
Given that there are 6 months left for possibly the code of conduct.
Yeah, whatever. We'll be now. We are. That's why I spent 3-4 days here, and we are working out different plans.
Is it enough, sir?
I'll be coming again regularly. I told you I'll be visiting all the constituencies. We'll be gearing up. We are
This
reorganizing.
time you are supposed to tour all 40 constituencies. You have postponed it.
No, I'm doing 3 today
Yeah.
because
Now we were told that you will be this time only you will be going
this time
to tour all the
problem.
40
See, I'm
constituencies.
coming after there's a gap, and I had to meet a lot of people. So I had to engage with our senior leaders, younger leaders, block leaders, central organizations, media, social media, all those people. So I have to give them a lot of time. So I've done that exercise, and today one day I've kept. Next time when I come, if I stay for 4 days, 3 days I will do the
So
tour.
this time you tour only one constituency.
No, 3 constituencies. I'll be going 2 more now.
Sir,
So I'll be finished by the night.
To grow any party, there should be good coordination with party president and MLAs. But it's seen opposite. There is no any good relation with party president and MLAs. You are
Why
saying you will be.
Mr. Kamath,
No, not Kamath, sir.
President,
There are many who are openly talking against the party. So for that, what you will do?
We will sort out issues. That's what I've spent a lot of time with all our leaders, and I've spoken and discussed with them, and we'll be sorting out those issues and seeing that there'll be better coordination.
So how serious are you with alliance with Goa Forward?
See, I told you, no, that is a
Because this was already
What? Our-
experiment in the municipal election by opposition leader.
no. That we had said locally. When I had come before that, I had told at the local level they can do any because it was not in a symbol. There was no symbol for the election, not like ZP. So local municipalities can do whatever suits them. They will be allotted to the local municipalities. But now regarding this, I've told you about alliance. I said our strategy is to see that this anti-democratic force should be defeated.
Sir.
And this virus that they're spreading in Goa of defections and toppling and corruption, we have to remove that.
Elections,
We will make a strategy based upon that.
sir, elections at local level was fine, but we had
Can
seen.
Congress defeat BJP without regional party in Goa?
See, that,
Yes or no?
see, that is, Congress is the strongest political party in Goa. Strongest political party, there's no doubt about that. How to defeat BJP is a strategy that we're going to make.
And your own leader are talking against your own party.
I think
Is it possible?
everything is possible. Everything is possible.
Even allied.
Everything, I said no. To defeat BJP, we can also do, everything is possible. Not that it's not possible. But we will take after full inputs, we will take the right decision on that.
So everything will be possible only when your own Congress party comes together, because there are defectors only.
Every party's got differences. No differences in BJP. No differences in other parties. Every party, that's a political. See, a political party is a political entity. There will be differences. In a family, are there not differences? There will be.
No.
We need to sort it out and move correctly. That we need a proper direction and proper.
What I am saying is that
We
because
need
we have,
clarity. People should feel the clarity.
no, what I am saying is that because we have seen it in Margao municipality now, then your Congress leaders from North Goa have gone to South Goa and giving press conferences against Mr. Kamath now.
See, all that we have seen, we have addressed those issues, and we will solve those issues.
Have you met any regional party leader in Goa this time?
No, I'm not.
Even independent.
Independent?
No.
There are.
No, as Prasad Gamkar, he met me here only. He came to the Congress office. He had a discussion with me and he went.
He's likely to join
Easy.
So I mean, we have had a discussion. That's all I can.
Have
say.
you give-
He has shown interest.
Have you give proposal to him?
See, if he's come over here and met me in the Congress, it's not that it was a hide and seek operation. He came over here and met me here only, no. So everybody, I mean, not that it has kept.
Is he interested in the?
Is he interested?
If he has come and met me,
That will be
and we've
the-
discussed, then what should I say to that?
You will see after a few days.
After a few days. Thank you. Thank you. Strategy we are making to defeat BJP, that strategy will be told to you when we make it. Whether it's alliance, whether it's understanding, whether we go on our own, We don't know. We're still working on it.
Okay.
Thank you.